Well, hello, friends all over the world, leather crafters everywhere. It is Wednesday afternoon, over the hump. We're downhill from here. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, and I hope everybody's warming up a little bit. Yeah, I had my shop doors open today. It's actually warmer outside than inside my shop, but I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. And now we have an insect. That's the one great thing about winter. No insects. But all right, well, good. It's Wednesday afternoon. Everybody's doing. We got some great comments coming in already. I've got some here. Okay, last week I confused everybody because I was kind of talking a little bit about projects on the fan page. Then we had some hellos and some answers from last week. Then we've got the comments coming in. And I think even Miriam said we probably got a record number of comments from last week. So again, I wrote as many down as I wanted, and then I had to strike some because it was 5 pages long. But I want to say hello to everybody and comment, on everybody's comments or questions. But right off the bat, Peter is with us. Jerry King. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, Jerry, we've got another comment down the list I want to get to. Because we're talking about, our favorite projects this week. I've struggled on this one. But also, Derek's got a good call here. Maybe instead of asking what everyone's favorite project is, because I figured out this is tough, we can discuss what our favorite aspects of leather crafting is. And that's very cool. That's a good idea. So he's written down designing, cutting, dyeing, stitching, smelling, right? Or wearing. And that's exactly right. All right. So this week, let's talk about what maybe our favorite projects or some of our favorite projects. And then next week, let's talk about our favorite step or technique or aspect of the project. That actually kind of ties in because I just finished a video, just uploaded it yesterday, on getting our steps in the proper order. We've had a good number of requests from new folks on that. I really bit off a bigger chunk than I thought on that one because it's not cut and dry. There's the lines can be blurry. So I hope it's a good video. I've tried to make it very simple, to where we drop in pieces and parts in where they need to be. Anyway, so Derek, good call. So next week, let's do that. Everybody drop in your favorite technique with leathercraft. That might be a little bit easier. For me, I'd have to say it's an odd answer because I think all told is something I haven't made yet. I think that's the big joy. Let's see if I can make this, and let's see if I can decorate it this way and whatnot. And yeah, so I think my favorite project might be one I've not made yet. Yeah, so we're always looking for great ideas, out of the box ideas. So if anybody's got some, drop them in, please. We got a couple of craft fails. Yeah. Man, I think it was was it Flashpoint Bravo last week? Had a bad spill. And that's been on my mind all week. Man. Once in a while, we have absolute disaster in our shop. Sherper 2010, all the way from Sacramento. I hope you're doing all right. I believe it's about lunchtime for y'all. Nice. So y'all are kind of getting over the hump. Now I say over the hump. I'm only thinking about me. Yeah, me. The rest of the world, that hump is going to vary a little bit. But anyway, I think most of the world, we're kind of at the butt end, right? I think so. Most everybody's already on their way to Wednesday evening or even Thursday. So for y'all, yay, Wednesday's in the rear view. Good. Jerry King, Nashville. Um, Jerry, we got some saddles. Oh man, I know I'm gonna work my way down here. Um, Lane, yeah, we've got some messages retracted. It's like they pop up for a second and then they're retracted, and I don't know why. I'm falling so behind on the tech. Does anybody feel that way? I feel like I can't keep up. Right, I can't. Anyway, on the fan page, yeah, I'm keeping up with that. Now, my page, little different story, but I'll come up to speed on that as well. Um, but yeah, we've got some comments from the fan page that I want to jump over to. Let's do that now. So these are comments from the fan, or not comments. These are projects from the fan page. Thomas Behan, black and blue chisel pouch. Yeah, jump over. So, if you want some good ideas, or wow, there's some beautiful projects here, but also drop in some pictures of your own projects. This gives us a chance to ooh and ah over techniques and the finished products and the dye colors. There's some gorgeous work on the fan page. Um, Also, okay, Peter Main, my hero. my tooling hero. Academy of Western Artists Leather Carver of the Year. Big congratulations to Peter. And I'm not sure I know of anybody else that would be more deserving of that particular award. His work is, like I say, his work is, makes us want to aspire to better or give it up. Yes, what? Drop the mic and walk away. Not really, not really. Inspiration. And that's a big point. Christopher Koboth. Good video and good advice, man. That's excellent. Thank you for putting that up. Every bit of help we can get. Absolutely. Every bit of help. Airbrush. I struggle. I've got one. And I think I'm stuck on the tip. I need a wider tip and maybe a manifold. Yeah. Anyway, there's not a lot to it. I'm just maybe stuck right there. But at the same time, wow, it works for me. So I kind of tend to stick with that. We all do. It works for us. We can branch out a little bit here and there. But I tell you what, an airbrush, that would be a major branch that would absolutely increase everything we do. Yeah, I mean, not just dye and finish, but adding paints. Oh man. So anyway, that's a great video. Thank you for that. Gregory Burris, green mouse pad, and it looks good. It's got some good color to it. Brian Woodward, the undyed veg holster, first project, and I was amazed. Nice outcomes. Got the mystery braid on there. I commented on that. Well, I've got to add the mystery braid. Yeah, what goes without saying, right? Well done for a first project, Brian. Very much so. Jerry King. Oh man, some great projects coming up. The wolf cell case. It's got a wolf head tooled. Man, just absolutely beautiful. Here's one I love. Now, the steampunk, I love the steampunk, but I tend to stay more towards the period. But there's a teacup holster, and well done. I mean, that's a mainstay of the steampunk, absolutely, and that is beautiful. Let's see, that's Du. I'm sorry, I skipped your name because I'm just scared to death of mispronouncing it. Do, I believe, but gorgeous project, nice. And Caleb Williams, the blue and orange gators, they pop. They absolutely pop. So Caleb, got to put a finished pick up. Love to see that. So yeah, that's from the fan page, but that's night for today. Thank you for setting that up. That gives us a chance, or y'all a chance to put some projects up. And I need to. I don't work on personal projects. In fact, I was kicking around in my mind. I'm trying to get caught up on videos. I've been behind ever since we started the lives. That doesn't matter. It's a tall order to do a live, and one, maybe two videos a week, 2 leather elements and a live is about all I can do, or maybe one project. Anyway, I've been behind. I've been shooting for Friday, which means I'm working on the video that's going to come out this Friday. Little bit of stress involved there because it takes time to upload, and the boss, wants to take a look at it. Then we've got to upload again. So there's some time involved there. But I'm getting ahead. The point is I'm getting ahead. The point to that is, before I went on this rant, right? Yeah, go get a cup of coffee. Chuck will be back, shortly. I want to take just a week and work on my own projects. Yeah, I've got a stack of half-done projects. I have stacks of half-finished projects because we're hot and heavy on a project and we have to step away. That's the worst thing. Because, we're going to lose our steam. Maybe not. Sometimes not. But sometimes we walk away. But that's where all the great leather element tricks come from. I remember how I did this. Or, that's a great trick. Or it's, yep, I need to write down. So if I'm not working on my own stuff, I almost feel like I'm falling behind in knowledge. So the point there is I don't have a lot of my own projects going. Once I do, I'll put a couple of pics up there as well, but love looking at all the pics from everybody. Gorgeous projects. Well done. Beautiful colors. Color combinations. The pincushion. Absolutely gorgeous. But there's so many great projects. Y'all keep them coming. Absolutely. And I'm pretty up to speed. I think I'm pretty up to speed on the fan page. And I'm going to do my best to stay up to speed there. Y'all, so anyway, so there's comments from the fan page. Now we'll go. I'm going to check over here, and then we'll jump over to some comments, some questions from last week. Couple of good questions. one right off the bat because I felt bad when I read this. It's from Sam Lee. Am I the only one that loves winter? No, you're not. That's I joke a lot about it, but I do. There's certain aspects I absolutely love about the winter. Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. So Sam, no, you're not. You're not. We're just in the South. We don't have the great sports. Yeah, it's just cold, right? Yeah, like I always say, pond hockey in Alabama is not the same. Yeah, it's not, does not resemble. Anyway, okay, so back over here. Let's see. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, Lane McCullough. Yeah, I don't know why that got retracted. I saw it for just a second and bounced away. I'm not sure why. Jailer 23044 made it on time for once. Very cool. Hello back to you. Y'all join anytime you want to. Absolutely. We're just going to talk about some leather and we're going to laugh and talk about some fails, bounce in and out, as it isn't convenient. I'm just honored everybody's here. I really am. Great time to spend some time together. Does anybody feel like we're kind of the walls are closing in? We're going on a year on this thing. Now, in Georgia, we're kind of wide open. Everybody wears a mask, for the most part, but we seem to be pretty wide open. But I almost feel like I've almost gotten in the groove or the rut of not going out. Anyway. Oh, Thomas Johnson, man, I know. I'm with you, but you know what? If you're looking forward to getting a little cash in so you can get some leather in, that too will at least, it will suffice until we can get some leather in. But Thomas, I hope some will come through for you soon. Let's see, Sean. Greetings from Detroit. I hope y'all are warming up a little bit, at least a little bit, Yeah, get up to like a balmy 28, right? Yeah. So the bat is gone. Hopefully behind us, folks in Texas, bless their heart, they're still cleaning up. Yeah, Jerry King. Okay, Chuck said last week, name what was your favorite leather project. Mine was making saddles. Man, I would love to learn to make a saddle, Jerry. That's man. Okay, mine I guess is the armor. If I really was pressed, it's the armor because again, it's a really big project with so many aspects and so many possibilities for decoration. I mean, you can add anything, and I'm certain a saddle is the same way. We got some big Western stores around us. And my wife, yeah, that's her. Yeah, I just love to look at the saddles and touch and the creativity and the stamping and the colors. Um, saw a couple of saddles last time that had a filigree cut to a purple. Oh man, and they were just gorgeous. Big money for a saddle. My wife rides English, and I just wish he'd go Western, man, because then we can deck. I mean, we can go all out. But for the most part, I'd love to learn to make a saddle. Absolutely. So, Jerry, good luck with that. Great call there. Let's see. Yeah, Wayne Painter, man. I'll have to catch up tonight. No problem. Catch up when you can. Let's see. Yeah, Jailer 2304. I'm the same way. I can't imagine how much work goes into a saddle. The cantle roll, the seat, the fenders. Oh man, that's a lot of work. But what a fulfilling project. Oh, Susan M. Sleigh bell straps. There's a good one. I do too. I love those. It's a smaller. It can be a simple project, or we can go all out. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Let me back up, Derek. Yeah, I think tooling. It's not what I'm not top notch at it. I almost kind of think that's one of my favorite steps in the process. Um, but anyway, yeah, everybody think about that. We'll talk about that next week. I got that on my list. Um, Christopher, there you are. Hope you're doing all right. Stuart Walters. Oh man, there you go. That right. I know. I try to keep it from, so we don't constantly go to the period side because not all of us are into that. And I know I'll try to keep us, mainstream too, but man, I'm with you on that one. Uh, let's see. Okay, dual gun. Bless your heart. Oops. Let me jump back up. Let's see. Just placed my first order with Weaver today, but was only able to get about half of what I wanted. Rest was out of stock. Dual, we're working hard. It's a constant topic of discussion simply because we've never experienced this. Once in a while something will go. It's just with dealing with long shipping distances and raw materials and other, y'all, all I can say is we're on it. And I mean, it's a topic of almost every discussion. So all the way to the top, all the way to the top. We are working hard on that. I apologize for each and every one of us, but we're on it. I absolutely promise you that. Tobias Toledo, I hope you're doing well. Very cool. Uh, oh, Brian Woodward. Oh, it is, and it's fun too. And you can go as simple or as full on. That's how I got into the leather craft. Was a Ren Fair, couldn't afford that beautiful stuff, so I had to learn to make it myself. Found a saddle maker where I went to school in Huntsville, Texas, and I had like $5, right? Just broke college student, and bless his heart, he filled. I had a little Ford Courier, and he gave me about half a little bed truck. These were little truck beds, but nonetheless, bless his heart. Now, I mean, he did it as a favor. I asked him, yes, but at the same time, he cleared out about 10 square feet of shop. That was just a corner. He gave me every bit of it. Bless his heart, he could probably put a sewing machine in there now. But yeah, that got me rolling. So uh oh, let's see. Okay, Jackson Williamson just got my first letter stamp from Weaver today. Nice and shiny, very nice. Shiny object. Yeah, shiny object. Lose my concentration. Susan M. Post office. We've had the same problem. Just on a personal level, post office has been behind for a long time. Um, yeah, Don. Who man made a pin cushion this week, and I'm finishing a dog harness tonight. Yeah, post that to the fan page. Very cool. Um, let's see, Don. Let's see for my wife. After that, yeah, you better. Yeah, our spouse. We better. We need to interlace our projects with one for the spouse now and then. That smooth some feathers, right? Smooth some feathers. Uh, Yeah, Jailer 23044, you're exactly right. Now back up. I've got a good example on that. The first of any project seems to be the most difficult. I usually end up building two or three before I finally have a design I'm happy with. Um, oh, may I have a bunch of card wallet parts sitting on my That's funny. That's funny because I do too. Yeah, okay. So I did a video on a basic card wallet, and I love these, right? I think we talked about that last week. But okay, you're Jailer, you're exactly right because I lost 2 days. Um, oh no, that's on this one. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. When I get a bunch of these rolling, I get confused. Anyway, yeah, so I got a bunch of little card pieces and card wallet pieces and parts laying around, from experimenting. That's exactly right. But the video behind that, I've got one coming out. I think card wallet will be this Friday, probably the following Friday. It's steps in the process. Let's get our steps in the proper order. We get a lot of questions on this. But I lost 2 days trying to figure out the best way to present it. Just the best way to do this. How's it good? What's the easiest? What to keep? I lost 2 days on it and then ended up, I think Monday, I reshot the whole video. And now it's only like 8 minutes long. I knew my lines, my shots, had my, but nonetheless, I couldn't figure out the best way to do this. Ended up Monday reshooting the video. I worked from like 7:30 in the morning till almost midnight. And I think I got it finished right at midnight. It's just a complicated video. A lot of inset shots and steps, but I think I hope it's working out. So Jailer, I'm kind of with you. It takes a little while to figure these things out. Another problem is we have so many options. We have so many. I want to dye this white in like 5 different colors. I want to add spots. I want to add maybe no, I would say edge lacing, but we're done. We're done there. But like a Mexican basket weave or some stamps or initials or foil stamping. I can't just we can't put all of that on one project. We can. It's going to look like a garage sale, but nonetheless, that a good comment on that. I'm yeah, right. It's hard to get rolling. Once we settle on a plan, everything falls into place. It's getting that plan, just the right color, decoration, size. Anyway, that can be part of the fun. It can be part of the fun for everybody. Let's see, Rick, Seattle. Glad you're with us, Rick. Uh, Lunch with Chuck. Bless your heart. That makes me feel good. Thorsten is with us. Spastic Geek is here. Yeah, okay. Jailer, yeah, not my favorite project, but easy to build and should bring in a little cash. That's exactly right. like the card wallets. I've now made 4 or 5 after the video. I've made 4 or 5 for friends, for myself, and my dad got one. They're fun, quick little projects, which are great, and people carry those with them forever. But that's a lot of fun, making quick, simple projects that we know we're going to give to someone. Um, Ron Dowdy, nice and warm, Ron. I hope so. I hope so. I hope everybody's starting to warm up a little bit. Jessica Stuhler, Vienna, Austria. Little bit of history involved there. Little history there. Jessica, I'm glad you're with us. Very cool. David Walls. There's Greg. Michael Strange, 68. I know I take a little extra time because I botched so many people's names. And that's so rude. And I feel so bad. I'll think about that all the way to next Wednesday. Yeah, Michael Strange. All right, what's the best leather for doing wallets? Man, just a lighter weight. Just a lighter weight, and I would say a little bit of body. We need a little bit of body. 2 to 3 ounce maybe for our liner, our pockets, and maybe a 3 to 4 ounce for the exterior body. Give it a little body there. The problem is with wallets is if we add pockets, they stack up really fast, and it doesn't take any time at all before we have a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch thickness, and now it's just a really wide wallet. If that's what you like, that's great. But yeah, those can stack up pretty quick. So for the interior, I might suggest maybe a 2 to 3 ounce. But chrome tans, all kinds of leathers, just the weight probably is the biggest point there. Oh man, Don, let's see, can finally say my favorite project is the harness I'm working on. Delighted with how it looks so far. That's a big plus. That's a big plus. Liking the project. Sometimes we have a project we're not happy about. I'm just not happy with the way this looks, or we may change directions mid-project. We can do that. Absolutely. But yeah, it may be excellent. It's coming out. That's great. And on those projects maybe that we're not really happy about, sometimes it comes out okay. Sometimes we're not happy with it. But you know what? If we're not, let's take what we learned, try again. That's exactly right. DV, hello. Sniff leather. Yeah, it's one of those smells, isn't it? It absolutely is. Chris Gould, hope you're doing all right, man. Glad you're with us today. There's this Entangled Club in Ireland. Hello, right back to you, friends. Let's see, John Mance, burnishing. Just that's all that needs to be said. Burnishing. Very cool. Oh man, Spastic Geek. Apparently, my favorite aspect is curvy overlays, as I seem to be using them on most projects. That's excellent. That's excellent because your projects are indicative of you. We use the decoration we like. We use the colors we like, the thread we like, the bevel we like. So therefore, your projects become indicative of your work. And at some point, somebody's going to say, "Oh, hey, man, that looks like so and so's work," and it is. That's cool. That's very cool. Sam Lee, I keep missing the start of these. That's okay. We're happy you're here nonetheless. Yeah, okay, Mark Taylor, this was a good one. Have you ever made anything that combines veg tan and chrome tan leather? Absolutely, chaps come right to mind because we've got the yolks, and they make sometimes it depends on the project. To me, a lot of times a veg and a chrome don't go together well. Now, that's just me. But it's only because there's different textures. Like say a chrome and a suede, they absolutely can. And chaps, again, perfect example. And we absolutely can mix with a beautiful outcome. I think maybe it might again be the weight. If we use too light a weight, maybe with too heavy a veg tan, maybe that's what I'm talking about. They're different textures. They drape differently. Let's see. Okay, DB newbie. All right. You are embarking on the best craft ever. Absolutely. Looking for tools, man. We'll take care of you. Yeah, talk to Weaver. We'll take care of you. Let's see. Oh man, Michael Strange, 68, former Georgia boy, checking in. Well, how you doing, friend? Okay, oh Don, 55 here in Cincinnati. That's not bad. There we go. I know we're getting a little taste of summer. An appetizer, if you will. All right. I love the way, like Sam, man, part of the fun of my winter is tucking myself into a shop, get the heater going, some good tunes on, hot cup of coffee, little frost on the window panes. Man, that's a special time. So yeah, I there are parts of winter that I absolutely love, especially going up to the holidays. Yeah, it's cooling off, right? Yeah, we've talked about that. Oh, Chris Gould, tooling is becoming a favorite of mine. There's so much. I mean, if you can see it, you can tool it. Absolutely. Um, Ooh, Rick. I think my favorite technique is creating a quilted look in veg tan by carving in it. Rick, I know exactly what you mean. I've got a suit of armor. I'm using I'm using the a crosshatch design, but it's a 14. I think it's a 13 to 15 ounce. So I've got some good meat there. So when I case it, I get a good deep stamp. The thing is between these cross points, it looks like the leather actually tapers down. It almost gives it that look. I didn't intend that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, oh, that's part of the design, right? Yeah. Oh man, but that's very cool. Rick, nice technique. Um, oh, okay, Don, yeah. Diesel Punk Row. Is that Diesel Punk Row? Has a bag that combines veg and chrome. Very cool. And again, great place to get ideas. Yeah, don't hold my opinion on that because absolutely you could combine the two and they're beautiful. Um, oh man, let's see. Ricky Mellett. Chuck, good to see you, man. Good to see you right back. Ricky, I've been a little busy. Magazine carrier, belt pouches, seasonings carrier out of the box. Fire kit's a good one. Good one. Knife sheath pistol holster. Ricky, it sounds like you've been busy, but I think we're all happiest when we got something rolling, and maybe not just one, multiple projects. The cool thing there is if we got multiple projects going in our shop, say we tooled something, now we got to let it dry. Well, we don't have to just wait, twiddle our thumbs. We can jump over to another project and pick up. That's special. When you can do that, that's very cool. Um, Let's see, Jennifer Bauman. I hope you're doing all well. All right, Massachusetts. I hope y'all are warming up a little bit too. I don't really follow, the Northeast and the weather. Um, Usually I follow whatever I hear about, mostly. Let's see. Oh man, Michael Olson, how you doing? Derek Keys, did I get your video? Derek, I'm not sure. You may have to give me a little more information there. Want to look back. No, man, I don't think so. But if it's on my page, Chuck Dorsett Facebook page, I'm struggling to keep up with that, but I'll get up to speed on that. I absolutely will. Up to speed on the fan page for the most part. Um, Red Pill certified. That's just finished my first knife sheath, and I think I found my calling. Hey, there you go. There's a positive note. Very cool. Um, let's see. All right, Jailer, let's see. My favorite project so far is a guitar strap I built a couple of months ago, fully loaded. Oh man, the Polynesian style tattoo art. Oh, it took a long time. That's okay, man, but the customer was very happy. Score! Had a great time doing it. Customer loves it. Man, win win. Let's see, Jess Foster, Pittsburgh. Oh, that's a great city. Great city, Western Pennsylvania. Absolutely beautiful. All right, okay, I'm almost a little caught up over here. Uh-oh, I see Jackson Williamson's got a craft fail. Oh man. Okay, let's go ahead and get it out. Yeah, it's like getting a shot. Let's get it over with. Craft fail was cutting a piece for an elbow for an armor when I slipped and cut a gash in it. Not all the way through though. Man, it's still a gash. It still broke through that top grade, but I hope maybe that'll make it look a little more authentic. I mean, maybe you're already on your way to a more authentic looking suit. Um, I always say once a suit, gets a little beat up, little turkey, little beer, it gets used. It looks like it's lived in. Therefore, that is absolutely authentic. Makes you look like you throw this on to go to work in the morning. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe if you, yeah, I don't know how to fix that, but maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll help with the look. Sorry to hear that. Ah, man. Bridget Benson, Arizona. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see, Jim T. Hi, Chuck. I know I'm having trouble breaking off of this because I want to read and respond to every comment. I've got my coffee ready to learn. Need some advice. I'd like to make a mystery braid guitar strap. My strap is 1 1/8 inch wide. Should I just make 2 cuts? Yeah, yeah, and just divide that by three. Divide that by three, and you'll get a good measurement there. Um, let's see, Michael Olson. I'm in Hesperia. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Sebastian, it sounds like it's warming up, but you got the rain. That typically comes with it. Angelina from Ireland, Zentangle Club, Ireland. Honored that y'all are with us. Absolutely. I would love to see Ireland. Oh, man. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to jump over just a couple of notes from last week. Some friends to say hello to, comments. Um, let's see. Louis Surla. Is that right, Surla? Temecula, California. Glad to have you with us. I hope everybody's back this week with us. Um, Man, Jackson Williamson, anyone have any ideas for projects with embossed leather made to look like buffalo? I saw this pop up a couple of times in Jackson. I don't know if anybody got back to you. I'm a little, pouch, purse, bag, and pouch. That's always like the default. We can always work with something like that. Now, I don't know if it's a little bit heavier or a little bit lighter weight, but at least maybe start there. But also, too, if you came up with something, kick it in. Let us know what you're working on because that we all have that one piece of leather. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. Right? That happens, and we have to mull it for a little while. Right? We see it on our leather shelf every time we walk by. Maybe sparks a little bit of interest. Somewhere in there, a top-notch design is going to pop up. I hope so. I hope so, Jackson. But I'm kind of struggling a little bit with that one without knowing like the weight and the texture of or the body behind it. But yeah, we've got a default. Always purse, bag, pouch, clutch, yet cinch, maybe if it's light enough. But Jackson, I hope you find something. But if you do, if you've got a really cool project, let us know. Drop it in. Let's see. Okay, Reginaldo from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Reginaldo, I hope you're with us this week, but thank you so much for chiming in. Um, Mark La Savita, would you recommend a yokeless swivel knife? Sure. You know what? It's what's comfortable with you. This is an inexpensive, literally, it's a groover, um, but much like a swivel. I want to use this as an example because there's a swivel out there almost just like this. It doesn't actually swivel. We can swivel it in our hand. Um, Other options on that, I'm not terribly familiar, but the big point here, you know what? What works for you? That's the biggest point. Um, but Mark, if you pick one up and you start using it, let us know what you think. Give us some feedback on that because that's kind of out of the box. I've heard of them. I think somewhere along the way I've seen one, but for the most part, um, if you're comfortable enough with your hand movements, that may work very well for you. Up to you. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. All right, Nasser Musa. Is it Musa? I hope I'm saying that right. Egyptian. And I hope you're back with us this week. These are all from last week. Yeah, trying to catch up from last week. Let's see, 133TT, Oregon. Let's see, okay, how can I stop my veg tan from getting hard after dyeing? It's a common problem. Now, the oil dye or the pro dye is a good bit less stiff when we dye that than say our alcohol dyes, our basic dyes. But really, eh, I tend to soften, and particularly the credit card wallets come to mind because I can soften those, and it's just like a minute. Let's just work it with our hands a little bit. That's going to soften it up. I try not to use oil. Yeah, as a clean, just a clean. But man, I might just hand soften that a little bit. Go with the pro, and it cuts that time in half. The alcohol is just part of it. It's an alcohol carrier. It's going to stiffen. Um, that seems to me to be the best way over the years. That's the best way. And I didn't grab it, but I've got a little It's almost kind of a pulley. And let me write that down because it's for belts. And I made this simply for belts. And here's another one of those things I wouldn't have thought of. Basically what it is it's two dowels on a little handle. So I can take a belt and run it through that, and I'll just run my belt through it, flip it, run it back through again. That immediately softens the belt. It kind of softens up those fibers in there a little bit. Eases anyway. I know I'm lost for terms. I'm trying to talk too fast is the problem. Because the brain, it doesn't keep up. This is like still 5 minutes ago, and this is like 10 minutes from now. Anyway, I would say try that. Try that. See if that helps a little bit. Let's see. Okay, Skillner the villain. And I immediately saw this. Can someone help? And I don't have a good idea. Any advice for fixing cracked leather? I made some trunk handles where the leather wrinkled, not a big deal, and cracked, more annoying. Yeah, man, there was that top grain cracks. There's not much you can do. And for us older folks, which I guess I now am, it's like, I don't know how many years ago, but there was a leather seat repair kit, right? And it came with like some matching, I think, dye or like an acrylic paint. And you know what? It looked like a Band-Aid on the seat. It actually stood out more. Anyway, just a side note there, but Skilder, I don't really have a good idea. Once that top grain goes, there's not much you could do. And I would almost bet you probably used maybe the alcohol dye or just the basic dye. Again, that's somewhere where you might soften it. You might soften it, dye it, soften it, and then sew that together. You might even could add just a little bit of oil. Oil is hard to add without it. I hate to say use the word spotting, but that's exactly what it does. It's hard to get it consistent. Yeah, if somebody's got a good idea on fixing cracked top grain, please toss that in because I do not. I don't. Let's see, Lewis Bush, Norfolk, Virginia. Hope you're doing well. Lewis, I hope you're back with us. Lee Dukovnik. Now, this is just, you know what? Your personal call. Let's see, do folks add blue Loctite with screw and conchos? And there's also a point I missed with the conchos last week. Maybe a little bit of help, maybe not. But Vanessa Kitty, some hardware stores have various screw length replacement. That's exactly right. And I forgot to mention this, mainly because we're talking about smaller and not larger. But I think the Chicago screw threads are a machine screw, a number 10 machine screw. I think you can take one to the hardware store with you and figure it out. But that way we can get a much longer screw if we need it for a Chicago screw. Typically, like the armor, I've got two 14-15s coming together, and I need them to move smoothly. The half-inch Chicago screw is more than enough there. But if you need longer, you can do that. Now, the second point there is gluing the screws in. Now, here's the problem. If we're going to use a Chicago screw, we're probably using this either for strength or for adjustment, right? We can adjust pieces and parts. So with the adjustment, I want a glue that's going to break out because a Chicago screw, on one side, it's domed, and it's really tough to grab that. I use some like channel locks so I can get a good bit of leverage on that. And I'll push from the back, like lay it on my quartz or something, and do my best to push from the back so it'll get that head to stand up just enough to where I can get some vice grips or channel locks on it. Then I can come in and back out. Here's the problem. I use the white glue, mainly because I just want to tack it enough to where it doesn't work out, and they will. Chicago screws will work out over time. Actually, not over time, relatively quickly. But the point is, if I just use a little bit of that white glue, then I can back it out. I can replace a piece or I can change my adjustments if we really lock that thing down in there. And we can. You know what? If we're using this for straight, lock that baby in there and it's never coming out. But if we need to change it, maybe go with the white glue. Yeah, and I just use the Leathercraft cement, mainly because I've always got it in my shop. But at the same time, I forgot where I was going with that. I said at the same time to give my brain time to catch up, and I didn't. I can't remember. But I think those were the big points. Yeah. I remember. My one of my best friends, he's got a suit of armor I made, I think, in the '90s, and he's gained a little weight. You know, we all have. We've expanded. So we were adjusting his armor. I backed out. Ultimately, finally backed out of Chicago. Screw it was really stuck in there. I know I used the leathercraft cement on that. There was still wet glue in the cap, all the way in the base of that. No kidding. That was that sealed. But it held it for who knows how many, 2 decades maybe. Um, I know what I was going to say. Drilling, we could drill out rivets pretty easily, but drilling out a Chicago screw is almost impossible. So up to you. You know what? If you want to lock it in there for good, measurements fine. Yeah, use a good like a Loctite or something serious. But if you want to need to back that out over time, just go with a basic white glue. Um, oh man, tater tot hot dish. Okay, first off the name. But my favorite project was my very bad knife sheath. I hate it that you feel that way. Um, is my only project. But I hope I hope it gave you a feel to maybe step up, maybe make another one, step up a little bit, take what you learned there and move to another one. But yeah, man, it's your first project doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Absolutely, that you have fun with it. That's the biggest point. That you have fun with it. Um, oh man, okay. Jailer 23044, craft fail. Feels like we should have some, dun dun dun. Let's see. When to stamp my maker's mark. I almost know where this is going. Let's see. Went to stamp my maker's mark on a piece and hadn't marked the top of the stamp. Did the same thing. Yeah. Yep, you guessed it. Had it turned 90 degrees, not just upside down. Oh man. Ended up sideways. And sometimes there's not a lot you can do on that one. Sorry to hear that. uh Leo Wild, greetings from the Woodlands, Texas. I learned to ride a horse in the Woodlands. And Leo, you're going to be surprised. When I learned to ride a horse in the Woodlands, there was like 10 houses in the Woodlands. I'm not kidding. It was just woods as far as you could ride. Um, Now I going back to Texas, um, it's like Conroe was like a little separate city. You left like Spring. We lived in Spring, and you drive through woods and over, I think, Spring Creek. I think Spring Creek is at it. And then you come to Conyers, in a little burg, and then man, it's just one big city. From our little subdivision in Spring, Texas, we could ride the dirt bikes in 10 different places within a quarter of a mile of our house. Now I do the Google Earth. Anybody Google Earth, look at different cities, and you've got the street view. You could actually go to like any given town in Japan, hit your street view, and you are standing right. It's cool. Anyway, I look at that area now, subdivisions, nothing but not an inch of extra land anywhere. All right, so we rolled off a leather. So let's get back over. All right, last point here. Some hellos out there. Melissa McIntyre, I hope you're with us. Let's see, Vanessa Kitty, always. Jason Gomez, tough enough for you, y'all. I hope you're with us. And Ahmad Shine, I hope you're with us this week. Um, let's see, I just finished the pouch bag for myself. I wish I could show you. Yes, Facebook fan page. There's a Chuck Dorsett fan page. Put it up there. I do. I look at that pretty much every day now. It's just that's got incorporated into part of the job. I look at that every day. So yeah, that gives y'all drop some good pics up there of your projects. Um, let's see. There. Okay, let me back. Okay, so anyway, that was from last week. Now that it's 3:45 and we're on our way to 4. All right, product of the week. I know I need to do this, and I got 2 quick notes from the boss. Um, and also I've got something too funny I'm working on next week. A little study on leather craftus, or commonly known as the leather crafter. Some behavioral traits, where you can find them. Yeah, what right? I almost had it ready today, and I've got it somewhere around here. I almost had it ready today, but it needs some fine tuning. But I think everybody will get a kick out of that. Okay, let's see. Notes from the boss. Handily put very late in the script here. Okay, so notes from the boss. We have our cork material on sale now through Friday. Save 15% with promo code CORK, CORK 15. Great backing. I mean, for coasters, it'll shore up some leather if we need it. Also, too, and we're going to step over to this Angelus Dies video. We released that. Let's see, that went out last Friday. That's part of the reason I've been a little bit behind because I did 3 or 4 videos for future sales, and releases. So I kind of got a little bit behind. But now those are kicking in. So it's kind of freeing me up a little bit now. All right, so the Angelus Dies, we put this out. But that's our product of the week. Because I was really surprised at some of these colors. And there's one cool little thing here. But man, look at these greens and turquoise. Oh man. Oh man, look at that blue. Oh man. That is about my favorite color. Blue particularly, but a good rich color. But look at these. I'm just so I set this stack aside. I did these all these swatches for the video. And I've got a bin where I keep a big one of the big baggies of everything from that video, the script and the samples and whatnot. Well, this one just happened to stay out. Just happened. And every time I walk by that, I look at that, like, okay, I got to do something in that blue. But this is cool, and I wanted to show this because I think this is very creative. So with our Angelus models, and I'll talk about the color too. If you're into steampunk, the colors of the liquid is absolutely beautiful. The blue and the honey, I think they look like candy. I mean, they look, all right, anyway. Okay, so that's a thin little bottle. Spilling dye, always an issue. And this is in the video, but I just, again, remember this because this is creative. On the back of the box, there's a little punch out so we can set the bottle in the box, thus to reduce spillage. Somebody's thinking about us. That's a very cool little touch. May not use it, because I'll pour my dye in a bin and use either Dauber sponge or dip dye from there. I just thought that was really cool. But again, too, if you're into steampunk, you can drop these colors into your vials. You're going to have some beautiful colors. They're the honey, I think, is one of them. But that blue is spectacular. Just gorgeous colors. But also, too, we've got an acrylic finisher and a deglazer. And boy, this is a good deglazer. Love that. So anyway, love the Angelus. And I need to move over because a couple of things there I really want to jump into. Okay, so, all right. So that's from the boss. Last one here. Video. So we've got a card wallet coming up from this week. I think this Friday. Now I've just started on a script this morning, and I'm actually hoping to have this probably done tomorrow. Let's do a series because we've gotten a lot of questions on elements of a shop, kind of shop tour. How do you do this? Maybe, what's your work table? How did you build that? So, we're going to start, we'll do a series, but the first one's going to be the work table and just simple construction, things that help, heights, widths, because we all don't have an enormous shop to work in. And I don't either. I've got good room here. It's my basement. But nonetheless, some of us have smaller workspaces. I think I can help a little bit there. So I'll work on that one. Let's see, that'll be in the works. Okay, there was one comment here that I must have missed because it's on, man, I must have lost it because somebody said, hey, can you do a lady's purse or bag? Absolutely. My wife has got one that it's with our 4 to 5 ounce water buffalo. And we've used this a lot and it's been a product of the week. The biggie here is it's inexpensive and it's beautiful. It's distressed. It's like a 4 to 5 ounce. It's got some weight to it. It's got a little body, but it's also supple. So it sews well, it bends well. But the biggest point for us crafters, it's inexpensive. It's a good cut of leather. And if you drive a truck, depending on gas, it's about a tank of gas, maybe a little bit less. So I might go that route, but at the same time, the boss has been saying, hey, let's, come up with a good project for our deer tan cow, which I love. I love this leather. Supple, beautiful. Anyway, if we do that, then we can line it. Or we'll need to line it. Yeah, we need to. Okay. It's just too thin. I know I'm thinking, what other line? This is our problem. There's so many options. We're not, you know what? we don't have this thin little line of options. We can only do this, or there's too many options. Anyway, if we line that purse, then we can add pockets. We can, yeah, right. Well, but now we're spinning this video out. It's getting longer and longer and longer. Every additional step I add is like another 5 minutes. So, but anyway, so I'm trying to decide right now if we go with the water buffalo or if we go with the deer tan and line it and then do a nice liner. I'll figure it out and we'll do something fun. Anyway, okay, so that knocks out. Let's see, that knocks out everything over there. Oh, no. Okay, wait a minute. We got a craft fail because this was funny. Okay. So this is from Rick. Let's see. Fail of the week. And this has happened. Everybody's going to laugh because it's happened to all of us. After dyeing my project, I found a tiny hole in one finger of my rubber gloves. Excuse me. There we go. To get a little hoarse. How many times? Right. I found a tiny hole in one finger of my rubber glove. My finger was fully stained. Okay, fail part number 2. Yeah, all right. We get a twofer. I forgot and reused the same gloves the next day. It's ever go to it always seems to be my thumb that gets a little hole. And the problem is that, if you're dyeing, the dye tends to be a little cold. So you don't really recognize that the dye is now filling up your thumb or your finger. So the next day you're going to go to work with red, green, blue, black. Oh, some beautiful colors. And okay, you know what? We're made out of leather too. So dye is going to dye us just as well as a veg tan. Right? Yeah. The holes with the glove with the holes in it. And that's a classic. Rick, thanks for pitching that one in. That'll give us all a smile. It's not real funny when it happens, right? It's like, oh yay, I'm gonna have a thumb for at least 3 days, right? So anyway, all right, but thank you, Rick, for tossing that one in there. We all need a good laugh. Steve Hampton, Okefenokee, swamp time. Man, that's prehistoric swamp down there, baby. Oh man, Rick, let's see. I mentioned bracers with a dragon scale, bracers, arm guards. Let's see. I learned from Chuck's videos. Bless your heart. You did the work on that. Came out beautiful. There we go. Score with a Celtic Tree of Life design. Oh man, you got to put the Tree of Life is gorgeous, but there's a lot. There's a lot to it, particularly if you have the roots to do the Celtic knot below it. Man, Rick, you got to post a pic of that. I've always wanted to do the Tree of Life. But it needs, at least for me, it needs to be a bigger project. Something like briefcase or maybe journal cover. Man, I'd love to do that. Also, too, if you ever, and I've probably mentioned this before, if you ever want to design, you're thinking, okay, I want to do a Tree of Life. Go to Google. Google like Tree of Life silhouette free clip art. I think, and you will get an unbelievable amount of options. You can use one of those. It's free clip art. But at the same time, I tend to like to take one of those and expand on it. So it's not a copy. It's absolutely mine, but use that maybe as a good jumping off point. Or I've taken pieces and parts, to put those together. So that's a great way to go if you just need, spark a design, spark some kind of an idea. That's a great way to go. Pam Watson, just noon here in Washington State. We finally have sun. Oh, man. Oh, shout out to the fan page, Pam. Bless your heart. Yeah, I understand y'all get a lot of rain up there. I've not been to the Northwest, and I hear it's just beautiful. Again, primeval forests. I would love to see that. I love North Georgia because it's the creeks are crystal clear. Trout, I mean, they're gorgeous. Rolling anyway. Okay. Let's see. Jim T, I think I missed. Also, should I dye before or after I do the braid? Man, I don't know much. I think I might have missed your first comment there, but I'd definitely say prior. Yeah. It's kind of, and again, from this video, getting our steps in order, we kind of have a high point in our project veg stands, which is our dye. And we need to determine the steps that need to happen prior to our die and the steps that have to happen prior or behind our die. Um, and 1.2, I don't think I I don't think I mentioned this in the video because it kind of muddied the water. But you can dye hardware and simply wipe off the dye. The sample I was using was a holster because I want to line it and I want to put a belt clip in there. Well, that belt clip needs to be between face and liner so it doesn't rub on the gun. But therefore I want that liner dyed with the balance of the leather. Now I could dye the face or wet form it. But anyway, the point is I can put that clip, and actually I think there's a snap and a rivet on there too. The whole thing gets dyed. And then we just wipe the dye off the hardware. Comes right off. Yeah, it comes right off, and you'll never see it. So if we have to go that route, we absolutely can. Um, oh no, Duke Frazier Productions. My eyes are drawn to craft fail. Oh, bless your heart. Okay. Put a dab of alcohol on a rag to wipe off some excess dye, and it pulled the dye out of the leather and left me a gray spot. Oh man, if it's black, you're okay. Yeah, there's like a 1 in 10 chance of that. Oh man. Uh Duke Frazier Productions. I'm sorry to hear that, and I don't. You can dab dye back on, and I mean literally dab it um like the point of a good sharp awl or one of those things. Scribe. Really? Anyway, I mean, you can literally just get a dab of dye. And if you get it in there kind of quick, it'll mesh in. It may still be noticeable a little bit, but when you look at an overall project, little things like that aren't noticeable. Duke Frazier Productions. I'm sorry to hear that one, man. I hope it's fixable. I'll keep my fingers crossed there. Oh, Don, Craft Fail, there's another one. We've been busy this week, haven't we? Oh, let's see. Okay, had the top piece of a dog harness ready to dye and needed to slim down a strap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, strap just a bit. It can be done, but it's perilous. Okay. Wound up cutting through a hole I'd punched for a stitch. Ow. Oh, new top drying now. Don, I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes, you know what? Instead of spending 2 hours trying to figure out how to fix it, once in a while, let's just back up. Let's just back up. Um, Jose Lara. Hello from Mexico. Hola, right back, friend. Hola, right back. Glad you're with us today. Very cool. Um, yeah, Greg, love the teacup holster. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you post some pics on the fan page. Yeah, you're gonna get some oohs and ahs. I don't know why, but leather crafters just love to look at other leather crafters projects and never, I mean, never with a critical eye. Never. And it's just always oohs and ahs. But it makes you feel so good. Peers love your work. Man, that's worth its weight in gold. It really is. Uh, yeah, okay, Jennifer Bauman, that's an excellent, good point. Yeah, a guitar strap should be at least 3 inches. I didn't think about that. I was thinking more of the width of the slits as opposed to the width of the strap. You're exactly right. Um, yeah, that needs some good weight, just simply so it distributes the weight of the guitar across the shoulder because right here we have a bone. Man, and I know this because of the armor. It just rides right there. I've got great padding. I've got great padding. Unfortunately, the thing with all of it is about 54 pounds maybe, and everything weighs right here. Everything sits right on your shoulders. Man, those two bones are sore for 2 days after we do a day at fair. So yeah, we're just distributing weight. So maybe a little bit wider. But again, your call. Your project, your call. You make it exactly how you want to. Um, yeah, Sherpa, there you go. Oh, let's see. Amy Morris, can you do a backpack vid? Man, I'd love to. And we've got so many leathers that would do so well. I hate to say this, but that will be on the list. I will put that on the list. My list, it grows faster than any homeowners out there. It's like you do one project, two pop up. That's exactly what my list is. Let's see, Bridget. Oh, Bridget Benson. Craft fail. Jailer 23040 23044. Thanks for pitching in there. Thanks for helping Jim out. Um, Yeah, good. Okay, thanks. All right, Bridget, craft fail. Uh-oh, I accidentally knocked my mini anvil off my, oh, the mini anvils. Mini off my, missed my bare foot. Oh, almost by, oh. Oh, no, I breathed foot by almost an inch, which the same toe I broke 2 years ago, unintentionally catching a cinder block. Well, you should just not try to catch cinder blocks. That seems to be, oh, Bridget. Yeah, those mini anvils are heavy, aren't they? And I think every one of us has one just because it's so cool. Yeah, just a very little anvil. Very cool. I've never used mine. Yeah, I've got the quartz, but they are super helpful in small spaces. Unbelievably helpful. Uh, what happened passed before my eyes? Did your life pass before your eyes? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, really. Oh man, that's a good one. Uh, Chris Barnes, hello back to you, friend. I hope you're doing okay. Let's see. I almost feel like I'm getting caught up. Oh, it's 4 o'clock already. I don't care. This is my live. We'll end when I want to. How about that? That's right. Um, let's see. Okay. Oh, let's see. Adam Harkness, back from Derbyshire. Great show as always. Oh man, I hope we just got news yesterday. Sheridan is canceled. The Rocky Mountain. Ah. I miss the shows. They're a lot of trouble, and they take me out of the shop, and I typically get behind on videos. I just like to meet. I want to get together with everybody face to face. This feels so. It's great. We can answer questions, but I don't get to put faces and voices and projects together with people, and that to me is my I just love that part. Getting to meet folks and going out to dinner with some folks, that you meet through the day, get to go out to dinner. And seeing all the cool products and leathers and tricks and techniques. Yeah, so anyway, we just got that yesterday. Bless their hearts. I know they were holding out to the last minute to see if they could make it work. They didn't. Cheryl and Ralph, love them to death. Uh, Hey, there's James Madrano, Laredo, Texas, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Jessica, thank you for helping out. Thank you for helping out Muhammad because evidently I missed a comment there. Yeah, Celtic Goods. Yes, that's right. Uh, oh, Sherpa 2010. Chuck, what's on your unfinished stack? Oh, don't get me started. A cloak, which we talked about. I haven't cut the buffalo. I can't. I All right, so I've got a buffalo hide, and it's beautiful, whole hide. It's like 8 feet by 8 feet. Man, it's thick and it's beautiful. And this was my ridiculous purchase of 2018. Yeah, I bought. My mind was on making some woolies. The chaps in the Old West, they were very popular. Big woolly chaps, right? Hair on, big. Yeah, that was the style. So that was my first thought, and I can't cut it. Anyway, so I've got a deer tan cow cloak and the deer tan brown, and I love this for a cloak. Super supple. Anyway, so I got the whole cloak finished out. I think it's 7 panels. Um, I was going to use our brown tip shearling. Perfect color match. Oh, perfect color match. Um, I hadn't cut into it, and I haven't cut anyway. Okay, so all right. So anyway, that's on my desk. I've got a full suit of armor over here that's on my desk. I've got a pair of lace-up leggings that's beautiful, beautiful border on it with it's a heart shaped with a purple behind it. I can grab it. Well, we've probably already seen it. Anyway, I know I need new projects. I need to. That's what I'd like to take next week and just work on my stuff. I need new projects. I almost feel like every time I show a holster, it's like, man, everybody's seen these. Chuck, give me update your projects. Um. Oh, let's see. Okay, Pamela's anyway. Okay, anyway. So I know small shiny object, and I'm gone. Right. That's at least three that are on. Is that 3 or 4? Is that 3 or 4? Anyway, yeah. So there's anyway, not enough time in a day to make all the stuff that I want to make out of leather. Um, Let's see. Okay, Pam Watson practicing figural carving. Oh man, you can carve anything you see. That's exactly right. Man, good luck with that. Oh, Jailer 23044, you are hitting it on the head. Cutting through it. Best part of leather working for me is the expression on the customer's face when you turn over the piece to them and you've knocked it out of the park. Sappy but true. No, not sappy whatsoever. That is huge. Because we loved it. I mean, we've got time in this. We're loving it. We know the customer's going to love it. We're going over this in our mind, as we make this project, and then we give it to them and they love it. Pay off. Pay off in so many ways. So, no, Jailer, I'm glad you put that in there. Not sappy at all. You cut right to the heart of it. Absolutely. Karen M, working on my first leather project. I hope you love it. I hope you have a great time, and I hope that project comes. You got to let us know what you're working on. Yeah, let us know, because you got friends all over the world that are dying to hear what you're working on, and that's absolutely true. Let's see, Jaden Gonzalez, good leather for a good price, right here, Weaver Leather. You will be surprised at the quality. I was. I've worked before I joined Weaver. I worked leather, from wherever I found it. We won't go into detail there. And it was okay. I'm not knocking by any means, not knocking, because I made some great projects. The thing is, when I jumped over to Weaver, I started working with quality leather, world of difference in the outcome, world of difference in my enjoyment in the shop. Everything just goes so much easier. I mean, everything is so consistent and clean and easy. You get a hide, it's not covered in range marks and blemishes and bug bites. Actually, with most of the leather I've gotten from Weaver, I almost can't tell you that I've seen a blemish. Now, don't hold me to that. The boss is going, Chuck, don't say that. No, but it is exceptionally clean, consistent, beautiful leather. All right, for me, the Weaver Select Natural Veg. To me, there's no better leather on the planet. Now, I haven't tried every veg 10 out there, right? So, right. But nonetheless, it tools. It makes our tooling look better. It dyes, it molds, it bends, it forms, it takes a top coat, it takes paint. You know what? It does everything well. And it in turn makes our time in our shop a little bit more enjoyable. And that's also a point, right? That's also a big point for us. Yeah, okay, so we're well after 4 now. Well, excuse me, clear my throat. No, oh, let's see. Okay, Rob Scroggins. Cool. Just heard about the fan page. Just joined and posted some pics. I'll see those tonight. Very cool. Um, Bridget Benson. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I agree. Uh, I don't typically relish making a grown man cry, but that's exactly what happened. Making a similar one for myself because I wanted to keep it. Do you? I have a problem. Okay, see if y'all can help. When I make something, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to give it away. So I'm almost wondering if maybe I should just make two. Just, you know what? Up front, let's make two. Now I can give one away or sell it, and I've still got one. I think that's the problem. I want a sample in my shop of stuff I've made, right? And if I make one and sell it or give it away, I'll forget about it, or forget about the design or the decoration or just that project in general. So I'm wondering if I ought to just I make two right up front. I'm going to make two of these. Let's just make them at the same time. Make two at the same time, and I'm almost wondering if that will maybe cure that problem. So, like this cloak, the buffalo hide, it's still got some tail to it. Put that on the middle of the back of that cloak, cut the good big mantle out of the buffalo, because on the edges it's got long hair. That would look so cool. Oh man. But the problem here is there's only one. It's literally a one of a kind. Now, my next suit of armor, I'm talking about black. I don't want to go black, but it's the timeless classic, right? Now, long story there. because I want to bring the purple through it. I want to do the black tulip, cut a filigree, and then bring our purple suede up from behind. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's all I can say. Anyway, so I've got a brown cloak now. Now I can certainly make one in black, but it's a one of a kind. Hold it close. All right. Anyway, um, oh no. Don was doing the dog harness chest piece, diesel punk row pattern, and had to stitch some small circles and make them nice and tight. Realized when I was done that I'd cut my finger a little on the thread. Oh man. Okay, Don, that's when we do some hand sewing, I'm bad about pulling my thread right here, right in the crook of this knuckle. And Don, you probably do the same thing. But what can happen is we could literally burnish our little pinkies, right? So I try now, to pull with different parts of my hands each time I drop in a stitch. But I don't always think about it because we're rolling. I'm sewing this baby fast. I'm not thinking about my fingers. And then I think, yeah, Don, I think I too have actually worked a little cut into both fingers. Yeah, you kind of tend to figure that out after the fact, right? Right. We're on the project, baby. Ain't nothing pulling me away from this. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Okay, Sasquatch Leatherworks. I'm glad you're with us. Make my own patterns. Not great, but they work. Oh, a pattern is a work in process or progress. It absolutely is. We make one. You know what? I need to trim this a little bit. We can do that. We absolutely can. And the next one gets a little better fine tuned. But very cool. You make your own patterns. That's excellent. Um, let's see. Okay, all right, y'all. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Man, I have not even touched these. BB, how do you dilute your dyes before dip diving? I don't. Um, ethyl alcohol. Now it's no longer on the bottles, but I think now, okay, I dip dye only because I use Pro Dye. We certainly can with the basic alcohol dyes, but they're really gonna make that leather stiff. The Pro, it'll stiffen, but it's a quick softening. You can work it with your hands, and it'll soften up in no time. Again, I think this is in the card wallet video. Um, but I think sometime in the past, they used to put the ingredients on the Pro Dye, and maybe the alcohol dye. I might have seen this on the alcohol dye, but it's an ethyl alcohol, which you can find at the pharmacy. It's right next to the denatured and the rubbing and the isopropyl. It's just the ethyl alcohol. Don't hold me to this, but I think you can. I think you can thin with just any one of those. But I might again, a little experimenting might help there. Oh, Shepherd 2010 lined purse, please. Okay, Shepherd, I'll run that past the boss. Let's see if we can do that next. Because she wants me to use the deer tane cow. I hate to tell her I made a cloak out of it. I hope she's not watching. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to buy two real quick and get them to ship to me. Right. But I made a cloak, right? Okay. Anyway. Okay, y'all. So in conclusion, we're gonna start wrapping it up, which means we'll be here till 4:30. I don't care, y'all. I hope these are great for everybody because I enjoy. It's like the high point of my week. It's like the first half of the week. The first half, boo. It's Monday. Now it's only Tuesday, Wednesday. Cool. Now we're on the downhill side to a weekend. That's right. Has anybody ever thought about let's do 2 work days and 5-day weekends? I'm a big fan. I'll vote for that if somebody wants to get that ball rolling. Amy Morris, Bible bag, Bible cover. You're exactly right. Those are big projects in leathercraft. I've got 9 Bibles in my house, and I do not have a Bible cover on any one of those. Oh man, I also need some good hair-on or chrome leather ideas. Oh, Amy, sky's literally the limit. Look back through our project videos, maybe some ideas there, or maybe just simply a jumping off point to who knows what the possibilities are. But yeah, Google too. Any given bag, purse, backpack, or I might Google leather backpack or leather purse and you're going to see all kinds of great things. That might just be something there that's going to spark you onto a design that you like. Um, my wife's got a purse that she got a picture online. It's not just like the purse. That was a high-end purse, $700. But I've got something that is maybe along the lines, but totally different. You would never be able to tell that this idea came from that. But that's okay. Let's use that as a jumping off point. But it's a relatively simple purse. It's got trunk handles, it's got some fringe where the handles connect. So we might do that one. Um, I did one for my mom that was lined. Uh, that was a really nice, but that one was starting to get a little complicated because I did the Mexican basket weave and some tassels. But if we do a bag, we're certainly going to do 4-strand braid dangles for each end of it. Yeah. Uh, yeah, dual gun. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of folks are having trouble um getting getting raw materials in. Oh, Aiden and Durko. I hope I'm saying that right. Um, gun butt stock covers. That's on our list. Absolutely. Rick helping out there with his. Okay, y'all, let's start. Oh man, Sasquatch Leatherworks made a gun stock. Turned out great. Wow, that's a project. Oh no, Spastic Geek, I haven't gotten a hole in my gloves yet. But I have forgotten to put my gloves on entirely. I'm very serious about the spastic part of my username. It happens. Our mind's on our project. It happens. And to me, I can't walk by my die shelf without getting die on me. As hard as I try. Man, let's see. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, oh man, every time I get my cursor down to the bottom, I think I'm catching up. Jumps right back up. Um, oh, Cody, thank you, man. Thank you for that. Bless your heart. Yay, bless your heart. Comments like that go far deeper than you can imagine and mean more than you know. Um, Lycos. Oh, well, thank you very much. It's good to see your name. I hope you're with us this week. I do keep looking over, make sure I watch my time, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, yeah, let's check my phone to see if the boss said you're okay. I guess we're okay. I guess we're okay. Probably would have known that by now. Uh, Oh, Thomas Johnson, speaking of workspace, let's see, mine is 1 foot by 2.5, and I'm looking at that. My daughter has taken over the rest of the table with her dressmaking junk. These things happen, don't they? Yeah. So I kind of miss the days of working out of a toolbox. I mean, a big shop is great, and I've got all the equipment and organized. You know what? It just means I can lose stuff faster over a wider territory. That's all that it means. I've got so much crap in this shop. Ah, uh, oh, Ned F, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Thank you. Jeff Wild, Lancashire, UK. Chris, thank you always there. Um, Chris Parsley, there you go. Y'all, it's a pleasure. And I can see now when I'm down at the bottom I can see how fast these come in. Oh, let's see, Susan M. Chuck, next week, show us the buffalo hide. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we had that on a little while back. And maybe between here and there, I'll get the guts to cut that baby and make a beautiful and start making some projects out of it. It's not like there's only one in the whole world, that was my ridiculous purchase of 2018. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. So let's wrap it up. And I do hope everybody has a great Wednesday evening or Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, depending on where you are. But y'all, it's a pleasure to spend this time with you, leather crafters. And I'll have a write up. I've been doing a study on leather crafters. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. That'll be fun. I kind of got it finished, but it needs to be reworked a little bit. It needs to be. You'll see where I'm going with that, y'all. But it is an absolute. It's a high point in my week to spend this time with y'all. Wish we could do it face to face, and maybe that day will come. Maybe that day will come. But y'all, and I wish I could respond to every one of these. I'll see these later today. And then I'll go over line by line next week. I'll keep up on the fan page, absolutely there, because y'all, some beautiful, Not just beautiful work, creative, out of the box, combinations of colors and thread. And I love to see folks. This was my first project. And I mean, they are always great. That is such a plot, such a I was trying to combine blast and pleasure. So plast, yeah, okay. But it is a lot of fun to see all these and your comments too, describing what you did and how you did it. Man, that's fun to read. But for the new folks, that's good information. That's good information, y'all. It is a pleasure. It absolutely is. So, okay, before I forget, good luck with your projects. Absolutely. But everybody, have a great second half of your week. Have a great weekend. I hope it's warming up for everybody. Spring is on the way. Hallelujah. Uh, we'll have some good stuff next week. I'll get the Buffalo hideout, maybe some projects. Maybe I'll finish some projects. Oh, 6 projects sitting. Yeah. Yeah. Hot mats. These are cool. Anyway. All right. Anyway, we're going to call it here, but y'all absolutely make this what it is. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. What an absolute pleasure to spend Wednesday afternoon with you or Thursday morning or Wednesday evening, wherever you are. It's a pleasure to spend some time with y'all. Nonetheless, back next week, 3 o'clock. I out of the corner of my eye just see them coming through. And I want to read everyone right now. I will. But nonetheless, y'all, thank you for taking the time and for spending some time with all the rest of us today. Y'all have a good evening. It's a pleasure. We'll see you next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Love you guys. Blessings to all. Thanks so much, y'all. Have a good weekend. Good evening, y'all. See you next week.